Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD465.tv. Now, this is an update to our crash portfolio, one of the public portfolios. This one, we put it together recently after the October 2025 flash crash where the market tumbled and it seems it has never recovered. But then you could also turn around and say if that was meant to trigger a bear market, that never actually happened, because I think there are some sinister powers behind the scenes, dark forces, who actually wanted to control the cycle and how it works. But the market has got its own mind. This is why I still think something is going to happen sometime soon as far as the crypto markets are concerned, because that trigger, October 2025 flash crash, did not produce the results some people intended. But we know there are some metaphorical bodies that are buried somewhere, because I think some market makers or some big players were destroyed. I mean, it could be exchanges. They were left with tokens that they did not intend to, because the market just crashed or people sold and that crashed the market. Market makers pulled out and the exchanges were left holding the bag, because some of them have been selling like crazy. But before I proceed, guys, this is not financial advice. These are just my own opinions and what I'm trying to share with you as far as our crypto journey is concerned. That said, let's start with some movements. What moved in our portfolio? Two that moved. Let's start with Wilder World. We exited fully from Wilder World. Our exit price was 7.9 cents, and that gave us a profit of about 29.5%, but it was nothing because profit of $18 in Wilder World, and we exited from that because I still hold Wilder World in my private portfolio, so that's not a big one. The next movement was Gunz, where we exited completely. The position we left, I think we had about 10,453 Gunz token. I think there've been some manipulation or some market maker trying to doing some wash trading or something, because the way the prices were moving, we end up exiting our Gunz position completely. We do not hold Gunz in this portfolio now, the Gunz token. So we sold at about 0.34 cents, and we sold what was left, which was 10,453. So overall Gunz position, we made away with approximately 62.3% in profit. Profit is profit, right? The next movement was on Tide Trade, where we sold approximately 25,500 at 6/10 of a cent. So the price pretty much doubled. So with that 25,500, we made approximately $158.54 gross. And we also sold another 12,249 when the price dropped down slightly to 6.177, and we made $75.66. So overall, that trade tide is sitting at minus 7.3 because of what's left, because I think we're left with about 12 to 15k TTD tokens, and that project I think is probably going down south, but we walked away with most of our profits from that. We also made a move on Monad, where we opened more positions. So the first position we opened at 2.14 cents, and we bought 16,605 Mon tokens. Also made another move at 2.07 cents. We acquired 10,300 Mon tokens. Why? Because I think with what's happening with Gunz and Gunzilla, I think there's a serious market maker there, because the ratio of volume and market cap is crazy. You're talking of a ratio being 3-to-1. It doesn't make any sense. So more volume than the market cap. So they are trying to pump it and dump it to attract people, because people are swayed or attracted by price movement. I think the same thing will happen with Monad. That's why at these absolutely low prices, I'm trying to accumulate as much as I can, within reason, of course, because there is an elephant in the room as far as Monad is concerned, that 100 billion maximum supply, and at the moment we're sitting at just over 10%. So when those tokens start to unlock, it's going to be a bad day for the holders. So with our eye on that, I'll be waiting for market makers to step in and pump Monad like crazy, because it will be pumped. I can tell you that. I think it will be pumped, serious pumps. So those are the movements we made. I think you already knew that I don't know if we shared with you guys that we also acquired Midnight, so 10,000 Midnight tokens, maybe after the previous update, at 6.9 cents. So it's another one we acquired, because I think at the moment, based on what I think is coming, Midnight could be extremely undervalued. If you ask me, I think it'll probably be the biggest Cardano project to date. But I think its market cap could potentially also surpass that of Cardano. That could happen depending on what the usage and speculators think. So looking at our portfolio this week, we're looking at Monad sitting at 1.8 cents at the time of recording. Portfolio is now valued at $778.86, up 31.8% because of the accumulation we did. Profit, we're still sitting at 6.7 cents in the red. Midnight, 5.7 cents at the time of recording. Portfolio is valued at $573.40, having invested $692.90, down over the previous update by 17.2%, overall 17.2% down. PIM priced at 2.9 cents. Portfolio is valued at $289.60, down 5% over the previous update. Overall, though, we are still up 5.7%. Pyth network priced at 5.7 cents. Portfolio is valued at $255.88, down 14.4%. Overall, down 10.5%. And the new entry, which is running, entered at 14.9 cents this week. At the time of recording, it's priced at 15.8 cents. Portfolio is valued at $184.16, up 5.9%. Overall, up 5.8%. Tight trade, like I said, most of the positions we exited. It's indicating 86.3% down because we sold a lot. Probably based on what's left, we sold probably 3/4 of our holdings for tight trade, because I'm looking at what's going on thinking, it was better to exit now than later, because I think the team just be offloading their bags or insiders. And finally, you've got Indigo Protocol, and the INDY token this week is priced at 25.5 cents. Portfolio is valued at $52.89, down 14.4%. Overall, down 37.7%. Yeah, this one is just insiders doing what they need to do. They need to pay bills, and they are just selling like crazy. We'll probably just wait for an opportune moment to exit that fully. Anyway, guys, that's an update to the Crash portfolio. Any thoughts? Let us know what you think. That portfolio this week is valued at $2,159.56 and is down over the previous update by 25.5%. Most of it down to the exits. We also accumulated some more. Overall, it's up slightly by 8.08%. And net profits is sitting at $338.30, because net is what's between realized profits and unrealized profits. So the realized profits could be loss as well, and unrealized could be either of profits or losses. So that's the difference there. And that portfolio is overall is now valued at $2,393.50 because of the $234 we still hold in stable coins, which is approximately 10%. So that's where we sit, guys. Any thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. Like we promised at the beginning or at launch, that we'll be managing this actively. Sometimes we'll probably exit positions too early, like in Gunz, and maybe what happened with the Rejuve, but I don't have any regrets. I think those were the right decisions at the time. Let us know in the comment section your thoughts. Until the next one, FD for SageFab.tv. Signing out for now. Bye.